Okay, we're on our way. It's 4:14 a.m. I just got on Main Street in Jourdanton, Texas, and I'm on my way to the Gila Wilderness, and I'm planning on spending at least 3 nights, possibly as many as 5 nights, backpacking in the mountains of southwest New Mexico. So away we go. The mountains are calling, and I must go. I'll check in with you later. Well, I just rolled through Junction, Texas at 6:24. The sun is almost coming up. I've been on the road for just about 160 miles, a little less than that. Got about 600 to go to the ranger station, and that's about half an hour probably to the actual destination where I'm going to be for the next several days. But just want to let you know where we're going, how we're doing, and having a good drive so far. Haven't had any trouble. Only police I've seen were Jourdanton police. I saw a Dairy Queen there in Jourdanton, and I saw one San Antonio police working an accident on I-10 near the medical center, and that's it. I haven't seen any troopers at all, no county sheriffs anywhere. So just been cruising along, just a nice pleasant drive so far. I'll check back with you later. Okay, it's 6:52. I can actually see the sun in the corner back over my right shoulder there. About 10 miles from Sonora. I'll be there about 7 o'clock. I'm going to stop there and get some gas. I've got 280 miles or so range still, but the gas prices go up quite a bit heading towards Fort Stockton, and I don't think I can make it. I know I can't make it to El Paso, so I'm going to go ahead and get gas now, get some breakfast, and that way I'll be able to bridge the really expensive gas with the full tank and a full tummy, and I'll be able to get all the way to El Paso without a problem. I'm still going to stop and get gas once I get off the main highway in New Mexico before I turn off into the wilderness, because I don't want to be out there without any gas and find myself in a situation where I'm hiking a few hundred miles to get gas. That wouldn't be a problem, but it wouldn't happen. But still, I want to be prepared as I get out that way. So I'm stopping here in a few minutes, fueling up car and my tummy, and I'll hit the road after that. Okay, so I stopped at the Loves here in Sonora. It was actually not where I had originally planned to stop, but used my Loves card, got another 10 cents off. The gas was even better. The food options didn't look too appetizing. The junk food was just not really what I'm looking for, and the Chesters and Subway just don't sound like breakfast. So I'm going to head on and see if I see something else to stop at somewhere down the road. Get maybe a late breakfast, early lunch type stop. So here I leave. I will see you on the next day. We're on the road. Probably about 45 minutes, maybe a little less, maybe just Fort Stockton. I'll tell you exactly where I am, those of y'all that know. Some of y'all recognize that landmark. Often known as an anatomical location. It's usually considered the halfway point between San Antonio and El Paso. In fact, there you go, El Paso, 282 miles. So that's how we're going. I'm thinking about stopping at Fort Stockton for brunch, because it's really the only place between here and El Paso that looks like it's got anything worth stopping at. There's a Burger King, not my favorite, but it's what it is. So that's where I'm planning to stop. Talk to you later. Okay, so I stopped at Carl Jr.'s instead. Sounded a little bit better than Burger King. Got myself a breakfast burrito and some real hash browns instead of those fries that Burger King's got. I'll see you on the road. Okay, I'm in El Paso. Had to stop for gas, but before I did that, I had to stop for some Freon, because when I got to Fort Stockton, it started warming up outside. It started warming up in here too. So I charged it just a little bit. Not even took a whole lot, but AC's blowing icy cold now. Good, because it's 100 degrees here in El Paso. Back on the road. Okay, just went through the border checkpoint west of Las Cruces at I-10. My experience has been border checkpoints on I-35, just south of Ensenal, coming out of Laredo, or on the way to Eagle Pass, coming back from Eagle Pass, or the one on I-10 near Sierra Blanca. And all of those, I've always had to like stop, and there's a dog and 2 or 3 guys, and they all ask questions. Hey, are you a citizen or whatever? Here at Las Cruces, the guy just sitting in a booth with the air conditioning, just went like this, waved you on through, didn't say a word. So, I guess it's a little bit different here in New Mexico. In Texas, they're a little more strict. Back on the road. Okay, so I've left I-10. I am heading north on, I think it's 180, out of Deming, New Mexico. And it's still 102 degrees out here, valley floor, in the middle of the Chihuahuan Desert. Hopefully, when I get up a little more elevation, it'll cool off quite a bit. It's supposed to be in the 80s where I'm headed, with lows in the 50s, which is what I'm really looking forward to. Those low temperatures at night, get some good sleeping in the weather. But right now, I'm glad the AC's working well. Putting that charge in El Paso was a good call, because I've been miserable driving through this desert without it. So, hit the road still. See you next time. Well, I just went through the little town of Faywood, New Mexico, but just before I got there, my cell service went out. So I am off the grid officially now. I do have my Garmin InReach Messenger, so I can send messages out by satellite if I have to for emergencies. In fact, I just got a reply from Deborah on the one I sent her as soon as I lost my cell signal. I'm still about 25 minutes or so from the ranger station, which is a good 15-20 minutes maybe from the actual park where I'm headed. Be the last of these vertical posts on this video. I'm on my feet because I made it to the cliff dwellings national monument. I've actually been here about 2 hours now. I went to the bookstore, which is right here, picked up a map, got here just before 4 and they closed. Well, cliff dwellings closed at 4 too, so I guess I'm not going to go there today. So if I go to the cliff dwellings, it'll have to be as a side trek after I finish my main trek, which I talked to a couple of through hikers. They're hiking them from Silver City, which is about an hour south of here by car, to Silverton, Colorado, on the Continental Divide Trail. They're taking a 0 day tomorrow. I actually ran into them at the store at Doc's Trading Post, and I talked to them for almost an hour. And I never really got what he does, but he's a teacher, math teacher, middle school math teacher. So anyway, I'm setting my phone down for a second as I get my keys out of the pack to get back into the car. They're going to 0 day tomorrow and recuperate some muscles at the hot springs, which are a privately owned camp at 8 miles from here. I'm just going to stop at a national forest campsite here a couple hundred yards from where I am right now, actually, and set up for the night and get some sleep, read some of the book I bought, eat some dinner. I guess I should probably eat something, make my first trail meal. I had originally thought about eating at the log cabin restaurant, which is about 12 miles. Actually, it's near where the ranger station was. I found out was closed on Sundays, but I didn't get there I mean, I was rushing to get here, so I didn't stop there. Anyway, so I will not be eating a fancy meal tonight. I'll save that for when I'm headed out, heading back home. Go ahead and dock you on this for a second so I can drive. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Anyway, guess I'll just hold on to the phone. I'm only going a couple hundred yards, and there's nobody here hardly. So I will find whatever is my heaviest backpacking meal and have that for dinner tonight, and have my regular trail meal for breakfast, which is oatmeal and or cereal bars, and go to the visitor center tomorrow morning and just double check trail conditions and kind of plan out where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do. At least somebody will have an idea that I'm out there. And after talking to these thru hikers, it looks like I'm just going to hike up the middle fork of the Gila River until I either run out of food or energy or both. At the halfway point, turn around and come back. And I don't have to carry as much water because the river's flowing well, and I've got my filter, so I'll filter the river water as I go. So that's going to save me a ton of weight in my pack. And we'll go from there. The plan possibly is to spend 3 days in the trail, turn around and come back. 2 days hiking out, and then turn around and come back 2 days for a 4-day trip with a 1-day spare emergency day. Or I could do a shorter trip and then go somewhere else for the last couple days of my food supply. The possibility of going to Cloudcroft on the east side of New Mexico, and then heading down to I don't have my seatbelt on. I'm only going 5 miles an hour. The other thing is to go to Cloudcroft to head down to Guadalupe Peak and summit that as a day hike before headed home. That's a possibility too. I've always wanted to do Guadalupe Peak, and I'm out this way and I'm on by myself. So what's stopping me but just me? So that's a very good possibility too. So that makes sure hiking here at the Gila a little bit shorter. But this is the first time I'm kind of just feeling things out, seeing what's here, what's there to do, get used to it, and then maybe next year come out for more prepared equipment-wise, get some lighter stuff than what I've got, and maybe have somebody with me to help share some of the load so I don't have to carry as much of everything. Anyway, I am going to... Looks like there's a decent spot right there to set up. I'm going to turn this off so I can unload, and I'll show you what I've got as far as a parking situation where I'm going to be parking my butt, not parking the car.